Hello everybody and welcome to Homebuilder Happy Hour. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Instagram trends. This video is really for our builder clients. It's for people who want to know what's going on Instagram, but we are going to give specific examples from other builders and what they're doing and talk about some new things that are happening right now on Instagram. So
yeah, you're going to want to watch.
Yeah, welcome to Homebuilder Happy Hour. Hey, okay, we're back. So we have 7 trends that we want to talk to you about today, and we're just going to dive right in. The first one is Instagram TV, which I'm sure you guys have been hearing about Instagram TV and what that is, and how it's not that popular. But they just recently are allowing you now to have previews of your Instagram TV on the news feed, which is huge.
Nice.
And it has increased Instagram TV's performance between 300 and 1,000%. So this little tweaky, has been pretty awesome. So if you don't know, Instagram TV is a longer format video that Instagram is offering. It's like if you're on your Instagram, there's a little TV up in the upper right-hand side. You click that to see who's got shows in there that you're following. And it's allowing people to really do shows. Now you can just put in a minute video if you want, or a minute and a half. That's great. It's totally going to get eyes. But if you want to talk more, like what we're doing right now, this would be really great Instagram TV convo. And what we can do is choose a few seconds to put into the news feed. And so when people start watching, if they get hooked, they can just click into your Instagram TV to keep watching. So it's a pretty amazing, positive trend that we want to be watching.
That's awesome. And just to talk about Instagram TV, especially, some of our clients and, our industry may not, really know that Instagram TV is there, has been there. I just learned of Instagram TV not too long ago.
Right.
And started to look into it in terms of, how does it compare to YouTube and, Facebook Live and the different, platforms that were there. And when I went into it, the biggest thing that amazed me was that how many eyes are already on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes.
It's not, even if you haven't heard of it, it's not something that, is really new or not getting a lot of traction yet. There's a ton of traction.
There really is.
In there. And it's, it's the perfect time to really, get in there because of the content that the eyes are they're coming to it super fast.
Yeah. Now we have some examples for you, but I do want to tell you that recently we've been dipping our toes into Instagram TV for our clients, and specifically, I know we did it for Shea Homes in San Diego when they did a KonMari event, and we tested it. We ran our video on Instagram in the news feed, and we also just put it in the stories, and we also put it in Instagram TV, and I believe it got the most eyes on Instagram TV. So I was like, oh, this is something we need to start doing more of. So we need to be watching this. Now, our first example for you is with Lennar, because we have perused some builders who we could find that are doing Instagram TV, and we feel like they're doing a really great job. And so we want to show you an example. We're going to dive right into what they're doing so you can see what it looks like. So the first one I want to go through is this spotlight of an employee. So take a listen.
I'm Julie Bison. I'm the marketing coordinator at Lennar Seattle in Federal Way, Washington. So I'm originally actually from the Federal Way area. I was born a couple miles from where our office is, which is kind of crazy. I have lived other places, including Seattle and San Antonio and other places in the country, but I ended up moving back to Federal Way, and that's where my family's from. My grandma lives, a couple miles down the road too, so very local right now. So I've been with Lennar for 3.5 years. I started as the contract administrator for land development, and I moved to marketing coordinator in the last 30 days. So some of the things I like to do in my free time is we have a lot of outdoor spaces locally.
So I'm going to take you into another example of what they're doing with their home buyers.
And I grew up.
And by far with Lennar the best customer service we found.
When we think about what made this experience good with Lennar, it was that we felt like part of the family. This community was just starting to build, and I was really excited about the home automation. I like using the features that I can turn on and off the lights, especially.
Okay, so I wanted to show you those two examples, and we don't need to show you the whole thing, but it gives you an idea of what it is that they're doing with their Instagram stories. They are showcasing their people and they're showcasing their buyers in a way that is giving us a lot more to work with and talk about on Instagram TV. They've also shot it in the vertical format, so they're not trying to like fit a rectangle into, a horizontal into a vertical rectangle. They're really making it work for the platform. So as you can see, it's full screen. They've got the words up so that it's, in case you don't want to listen, you can just see what they're saying. They're really, I feel, doing it right.
Yeah, and there's, vertical versus horizontal. Now it's amazing just coming from a video standpoint is you really have to be prepared to shoot for everything. You want to capture what needs to be captured for the platforms that you're going for, because every platform now is optimized for a different size viewing. Think of it in the old print ways, that you want to be above the fold. You want to make sure you're capturing all the space that you can. When you're using Facebook, Instagram Live, Instagram, your video needs to be there to fill up the space. That space is available for you to use, and Instagram Live needs to be in that vertical format.
Yes. Now I want to show you one more example of what you can be doing with your home tours. This is a great site to go look and just be inspired, but if you search in Instagram TV for propertygrams, one word, you'll be able to see several samples. These are like multi-million-dollar homes that these guys are reselling, and they've created these videos. But translate this to you as a builder in your home tours and how we could be using this. So I'm gonna flip through a few. No, oh, please hold. Am I gonna flip through a few? No, this is their page. Hold on. I'm gonna get there. Okay, here we go. This is the actual full house.
Yeah, I heard it. Just went up to say.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman.
Flipping to another. I'll show you one more.
I'm Dina Golden.
It's just 25 million, folks.
Bow Bay Drive in the exclusive community of Bow Harbor Village. Step inside with me.
Okay. So those are some examples, and what I like about those is that they've got the branding on the top and the bottom of the video. So they've got their logo on there, you know who they are, right? Which is really nice. And then they have just really, like, we have shot hundreds of beautiful home tours, and this is just a way to showcase it. You don't have to go full on portrait mode because you can do the branding on the top and bottom, so it still looks real nice. And it really shows off the property well. I mean, your model homes can really shine in Instagram TV.
Right. And adding those little extra graphics, which I'll talk about a little bit later as well, but makes a big difference in just the visual style and the appeal to your audience. You want to have those little extra things that are going to grab those eyes to.
Yeah. So we hope that we're inspiring you to kind of jump in and get your videographers going on shooting in this format and doing some tours, talking to your people, talking to your customers in this way. Get your teams on it. You got to go in right now on Instagram TV. Is the perfect time to go in is now.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
This is the time, especially if you're trying to build an audience. The ability to build an audience right now is the highest it's going to be for Instagram TV, just because the audience is coming and they're looking for that content.
Yeah.
If you're in there with your content
Yeah.
already, you're going to be well ahead of the game.
Absolutely. All right. So, trend number 2, hit it, is Instagram is testing hiding likes. So, you may have heard about this, but recently at Facebook's F8, is it called Fate or F8? I don't know. Anyway, it's their big conference that they have. And they announced that they might be hiding the heart that, and they're testing it in Canada right now. So I think that this is important to be keeping our eyes on and having those conversations now. What if that like button goes away? What does that mean for us? Do we care? Comments aren't going to go away. It does mean we have to shift our focus to pushing people to comment and engage with us if we want other people to be noticing that. Now, I don't think they're going to totally take away the like button. I think that it's going to be there. It's just not going to be public as far as how many people have liked your photo. Yeah. So this is going to affect influencers, namely, and it's going to probably affect, I don't know, like how people are seeing your posts. It's like kind of an unknown right now. A lot of people are totally for it because on a personal level, they're living their lives by the like button, right? It's like personally affecting how they feel about themselves. And so I think this is Instagram's move to get away from that and move towards a more important features like comments, It
was more of a true engagement for comments of somebody actually interacting versus just,
Yes.
that passerby like.
Right. So more to come on that. It's not here in the U.S. It's just being tested in Canada right now. But, we're on it. We're thinking about it. Trend number 3. Ready?
Ready.
Branded content ads for brands. So I'm going to explain what this means to you and why this is exciting for, you as a builder, for us as an agency. We have been working with influencers for many years now. And, if I could get every one of my clients to be working with influencers, I would be so happy because I already know that this is how you're getting the reinforcement from other people to talk about you, your brand, your homes in this case, the lifestyle of your community. You want these influencers talking about you. And yes, you have to fork over some dough. This is their livelihood. But it's so worth it. And before, what we were doing is if they wrote a really great blog post for us or Facebook or Instagram, we would give them a budget to boost that piece of content to their audience. And that's great because obviously we want more of their audience seeing the content that they're writing about us. What we didn't have the ability was to take their content and boost it and target it to our audience. And that's what this is. And I know that we have one graphic 3.1 to show you an example. So we're going to pull that up. And this is an example for one of our clients in San Diego. We had an influencer come out to a KonMari event, which is Marie Kondo, if you haven't seen her show on Netflix. And this influencer has an amazing Instagram presence. And so you can see she wrote this post. She had almost 1,300 likes on it. Like button, right? We don't want that to go away. But hundreds of comments, I believe. And the great thing now is that I could come in as, builder, and I can boost that piece of content to my audience from her page. So that's what we're talking about. It's super powerful. This is like a wonderful piece of content. Her followers completely resonate with it. And, have lots to say about the homes that she was touring for that event. So anyway, branded content for brands. It's another reason for us to be working with influencers.
It's, it's honestly amazing just the stuff that they're doing for, the advertisers, giving us that ability, not just for us, but also for the people, like the bloggers that are able to take advantage of this as well, to work their own businesses.
Absolutely.
And be able to, profit and do that. To me, it's, we've talked about this a number of times of, what this series is going to be about, and to me, that's like, that's a secret. It's like, why tell everybody else that this is available for them to start doing?
Right.
But that's that's what we do, and
Yeah.
that's we want our clients, we want everyone to know that this is available.
Honestly, we want the industry to be doing it. We don't want just our clients doing it. We want everyone to come along and understand this is what's happening now, and get in. You got to get in and try it. Like, I'm behind it.
Yeah. It's stuff that has to be, it should be getting done.
Yeah.
And we're in an industry, I think, that has always been slow to, adopt some of
New
these
trends,
things.
especially marketing.
And the fact that we can help to push that along, and get this industry, moving and into that new area. That's where, that's where
Then
we want to be.
we're happy. This
and
is the
we'll
next.
bring in all the work.
Yeah, this is the next step for us.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say, just to give yourself, like, it doesn't have to be an influencer. Like, it could be KitchenAid. Maybe they've done some appliances in your home, or Wolf, and maybe they posted something about one of your models or about a product that you're using. Like, the opportunity now for you to take that post and boost it to your audience, like, that's there. So you can put this together with your partners as well as influencers. So just saying, opportunity. Okay, trend number 4. What do we got? Okay, Instagram stories. Get on the boat, people, or sink. Like, this is it. Instagram stories is Instagram's new Facebook. I mean, all they care about is Instagram stories. They are pushing it. Instagram stories are killing it.
And there's so much more opportunity running a story versus just your normal posts.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have it all. I'm sorry. I wish that we could just switch from one to the next and everything could remain status quo the same. But no, this is just a new thing. Like, and it's a way to interact with your news feed. It's a way to interact with your Instagram TV. It's a way to just talk to people and personalize. Like, this is where we personalize. I know we are trying very hard to get out of the marketing-y Instagram stories. We have to do some of it, but it's like, tell me the lifestyle. Try and personalize. I know we have some examples for you. There's a good one from Toll Brothers, and this would be their corporate. They have lots of Instagram accounts, but this is 4.1 through 4.7 graphics. So if we kind of just go through here, and you can click through and go to this is one of their stories. So they're doing this whole I'm obsessed thing, and you can just keep going because their story clicks through. And you can see it's showcasing their home. They have a very branded look, which makes them easy to recognize what they're doing. And they're showing you like an A and B. Another thing, which I think comes up later in our thing, is this, which is awesome because brands are now allowed to do polls. So, I mean, which kitchen are you more obsessed with? A or B? Well, tell us. I think that's telling you something, right?
Yeah.
Click to the next one more. And then it's like, thanks for voting, right? So, and then they're taking you, they're saying, hey, swipe up to see more obsessed-worthy kitchens. So it's a great way to use Instagram stories as a home builder brand to get people to engage. So not just showing the home, but making you or hoping that you click and then getting you to swipe. Like, it's the whole process of engagement.
And with voting or polling and all of that, you get a new level of analytics, which is what us marketing people love.
It's awesome. So I know for us, you'll be seeing a lot more of that. That's kind of a new thing, which might be one of our later trends. I do want to show you one that I don't like, though. This is like a don't do this in the Instagram story. So this is going to be a phone mirror.
Okay.
If you have it. Bad points, mirror phone. Oh, do we have it? I can't remember who it was. Sorry, guys.
Missing that one.
We don't have our one that we don't like very much. That's okay. I can tell you. I'll tell you about it. It's first, whatever their main graphic they use, which should have been full screen. It wasn't full screen. It was like a tiny little square, like a profile image. And then it was full screen. Do you have that one in there?
It's this guy. This guy. No.
No, it's not Lennar.
I'll find it.
He'll find it. But then it walks you through like a picture of a home that they have for sale, and then another one like that you could get some sort of deal, and then it ends. It doesn't give you any CTA, nowhere to go. It just kind of fizzles out. And so I think thinking through that you have good graphics that are working together is, it's kind of key, I would say. Who else do we like? I think it's the phone mirroring, and we don't have the search ready, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. So another one that I want to show you, though, is if we could go to Video Graphic 1.2, because here's a story that we have done for one of our clients, and we do this type of story. This one's for Mountain House. Go ahead and show it.
1.2.
Here we go. So this is telling you that it's a reading list, and we have a really great library in this community. And so it's just giving you a story that's telling you the lifestyle. Swipe up to get the summer reading list. It's short, it's simple, it's an ad, but it's very effective, and it gets people to swipe up and go to the website, which is what we want them to do. And the website's then providing them content that has to do with the lifestyle of this master plan community. So it all does connect together. It's not just totally random. Why would you be telling me this? It has to do with an aspect that's very important to our community, in this particular case, that would make sense for us to write a blog about that. And so I know for us, when we write blogs, we do Instagram stories for our clients to support the blog and to get people to go. Between that and Pinterest, pinning, like doing a great pin, which we're not on that right now, but that will get people to read your blog content in a pretty great way.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, there's an overlapping strategy between everything we do for a client. Of where all that content is going, where it's supposed to be pushing. And Instagram is a big part of that.
Yeah. And actually, if you pull up graphics 4.9 through 4.12, that's the example, sorry, that I was talking about. So do 4.9. So here it is. It starts right here. It's too small, right? And then that's a mistake when you go to the next one, because they did it big. So maybe this is what they meant to do. And then you go to the next one, and they're saying purchase by May 31st. Next. Purchase by May 31st. I don't think there's one more, but there was one more in the story, and it was just another, rendering or photo. And it's not, I don't know anything about that product, So I feel like you do need to think through what your story is going to be and have a CTA. You can't, unless you're running an ad, you can't swipe up, or you have like 50,000 followers, you can't swipe up. So you have to have a CTA that makes sense. And maybe that's your link in bio. Maybe that's go to, today's post on the news feed. It's going somewhere else to get them to take an action. Or maybe it's just you want them to vote, So there's so much you could do in a story. You could ask people to message you. Like, hey, message us for taking a tour on this home, or for the actual pricing, or whatever. So there's a lot of options there.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so trend number 5. We've got interactive polls have arrived for brands. So now I don't need to dwell on this, because we already illustrated this trend to you.
Right.
But this is new. Brands couldn't do interactive polls before. Only you, like as a person, could do it. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Utilize this tool.
From a marketing standpoint, it's analytics. I mean, it's something interactive that gets your audience to engage.
Yeah.
Engagement is always the key. It's the key word. It's the the secret mix.
Absolutely.
Is engagement. So anything you can do to get those eyes to engage with your content, and then you can also do things that offer you feasible analytics, feasible ideas about what's working and what's not working. You can see exactly what your audience is looking at, or what they're excited about. So
exactly.
There's a ton of opportunity running polls and voting.
Absolutely. Okay, trend number 6. DMs and private conversations rule. So this isn't a trend that I have a graphic to show you. This is just something you probably need to get your teams on. And I know for us, this is a shift because we don't focus on private conversations with our clients. But we need to. And that is a growth opportunity for us. It's a place we're going. We're taking our clients. But Instagram is a wonderful place to do this. And I'm not saying get people to DM you. I'm saying those people that are following you, especially if you know they're home buyers or they're, influencers, people who are in your community, go DM them. Look at something personal on their profile. Find out a tiny bit about them. Yes, this takes time, and that's why it's hard to incorporate into like an agency side. But the power of just sending a message, hey, I heard this. I just wanted to say hi. Hope you're doing okay. Have a beautiful day. You're out. This kind of relationship building, the privacy side of Instagram, not to mention Facebook is doing this too, in groups and whatnot, but the privacy side and the personal touch, this is where it's going. I mean, you've been hearing for years the complaining about, how it's not intimate, it's not personal, like, brands are just throwing stuff at you. So that's why the shift in getting more personal. So this is going to be something you're seeing from us. If you're running your own Instagram as a home builder, as any kind of brand, get in there and do 5 DMs a day with people that follow you, and just start that conversation.
What would be an example of that? Just wondering, in that conversation of, you can take that too far.
Yes, you could take it too far. That's true.
And, trying to find that balance of, not appearing, creepy,
right.
And, doing something that is appreciated.
Right.
From someone.
So in a perfect world, you're going to know a couple of things. One, here's 2 examples. One, who engages with your content the most. It's easy data to pull, okay? So if you just take that list, like take your top, 20 engagers and send each of them a message. Do it over the course of 2 weeks and just be appreciative of the fact that they engage with you. Hey, thanks for, checking out our posts. We just love that you're always engaging with us. Keep it up,
Yeah.
We notice you. And then the second opportunity, which you got to dive a little deeper here, you got to know your customer even better. But if you are able to identify your buyers, especially in home building, who have bought a home in your community and they're following you on social media, when they move in, I think the opportunity there is welcome home. We hope you enjoyed your first week in your new home or getting your keys today. We know it's super excited and we just want you to know we're thinking about you. That's all it is. It is we're thinking about you, and that's the message you're trying to portray.
No, I think
we care about you.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic example. And talking about knowing that audience, before you get into that, DMing,
right.
that you're really, like you said, it's not a quick,
right. Don't pick
it's not
random
a quick thing,
people.
That you've got to actually know, and have a plan in terms of what you're doing, finding, people that were buyers. Obviously, I think you talked about in the beginning is finding those influencers. If you have influencers following you, that is the perfect
engaging
opportunity.
with your content.
Right, perfect opportunity for DMing, because
right.
those people are gonna. You're not going to be the only ones that are DMing them.
Right.
They're going to understand that they're not like looking into me. I'm somewhat of a public figure. That they're looking for that, and they're going to appreciate that correspondence.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to share a short story with you. So the story that I want to share with you is that, and you can find these stories. So we're doing research for one of our clients and looking for a blogger, in their market area. And, there's different ways we look for influencers, not necessarily a blogger. We were looking for someone specifically on Instagram. So we have a way about, going about our research. We don't want to just find national influencers. Most of the time we're looking for micro influencers because our clients are building in a certain neighborhood, And so we at least want to attack that region, whether that's SoCal or LA or Orange County or Northern California, or maybe it's all of California. But somebody who's influencing in that market region, that's really, it's easy and it's not easy to find. But we found this blogger and we just loved her. And so we reached out to her And I'm telling you, because this is just the shiz I believe just happens when you put it out there, like it comes back to you. This particular blogger who we reached out to see if she'd want to work with us on this event that we were doing, actually lived in and had just in the last maybe 2 years bought a home from the builder we were doing this on behalf of.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's like hitting the jackpot, right?
Uh-huh.
But this stuff is, it's not even that few and far between. Like, a lot of these influencers, they know, like they're aware of you and maybe they've bought your home. I mean, of course, we use her more now because why wouldn't we? She's like got a huge Instagram following, a beautiful blog, and she lives in one of our clients' homes.
Mm-hmm.
Holla, totally winning. So anyway, like these opportunities, this is what makes me excited about what it is that we do. Like
Right.
those moments, just like,
They
love
work.
them.
They
I know.
come together.
So
Yeah.
we have one last trend for you. Trend number 7. And this is a quick one, but it's animation, GIFs, and video in the feed. This is important for Instagram. It's important for Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram, and they're pushing video. I mean, they want you watching video. And I actually was listening to a podcast this morning, and one of like the biggest YouTube influencers was giving a little like how to and how to grow your YouTube, realm. But he said, and both of the guys had said, that YouTube, and they have the knowledge to know this, predicts that by 2020, which is next year, we will be consuming 90% of our content in video.
Mm-hmm.
This is, come on, you cannot ignore that. If you're like pushing against video, forget about it. We're going to be consuming 90% video content. 10% is going to be the rest. Blogs, things we're reading, scrolling through the feed. So if you like, get on it. Our point here is you don't have to do a big, like, long video. You just need to start. You start by creating a little GIF, animation to your video. We have one example to show you, and it's from Taylor Morrison. Yeah. And so this is just a post on their Instagram feed, but push the play button, and you can see how super quick and simple that was. Like, it was fast, but as that's coming up through your feed, it is literally doing something to the consumer by catching their eye, and it will stop them more than if that didn't move. I'm telling you right now, I'm 100% sure on this, and we need to be moving all of our content in this direction.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Adding those little elements, you got to remember you're competing with, not just other content, but you're competing with the speed of people's thumbs, of how quickly you scroll through that content, and what catches you, to stop.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that big thing that will catch a person to even stop for that extra half a second is a little bit of animation or video to go, oh, okay, something else is happening. I need to, see if it interests me. Just that little motion is going to get you that, extra second, of time, which, makes a big difference in branding or, somebody remembering, your content.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for today. I mean, if you would do us the favor of telling us in the comments, hey, what do you think of our Homebuilder Happy Hour video series? I would love to know what you're thinking. Are we giving you enough meat and potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we don't stop to tell, shoot too much.
I know, and and tell us what you want to hear about too, in terms of what we do. This is what we do, is we handle everything online here for our clients.
Yeah.
We've got a breadth of expertise in a lot of different areas. What do you want to know about?
Exactly.
What can we help?
And
how can we
scoop
help
us.
you?
Our clients scoop us all the time. Like, I'm fine with being scooped. It's great. Tell me what you're hearing so that I can start looking into it and we can start taking action on it. That's what we're all about, is kind of going with the flow, going with the change. Like, I like change.
Yeah.
I'm good at pushing people into new things because we got to do it. So this is social media we're talking about, people. We are not doctors. So this is amazing work that we're doing. So tell us in the comments. I want to hear your Instagram trends. I want you to click the little jingle bell, and please get notifications for our new videos. we're excited. We're here to teach and educate and just kind of share all this knowledge. It really helps us learn too. So it's exciting. So please subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell. And,
Like this video, give us a comment, give us your feedback. I don't care if it's bad, it's fine. I can handle it. I'm a grown up. It's all good.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.